Welcome to the official content. Now it is only logical that we start with the first things first. In that case, we'll install Visual Studio Code as our code editor of choice. We could use Python's own IDLE to write the code. It is very powerful but quite basic in that it does not offer utilities such as autocomplete, error highlighting, and more. We also have the option to install PyCharm IDE, but it's not as lightweight and free as Visual Studio Code. So on the browser, we'll head over to Visual Studio Code official page. And on the drop-down box beside the download button, we can specify further the version of the installer we want downloaded. You will opt for the stable release. And also observe that this installer installs code for only the current user. So if you have multiple user accounts on your system, you will have to install for each particular user if you'd ever need to. After the download is complete, we'll click on the exe file to begin installation and check on the necessary boxes as we proceed. After that, open Visual Studio Code and select your desired theme. Now we'll need to install the Python extension to create our Python development environment. So under extensions, we select to install the Python IDE. The extension comes bundled with other dependent extensions. So upon clicking install, you'll notice a few other extensions also simultaneously installing. That is Jupyter Pylance, Jupyter Keymap, and Jupyter Notebook Renderers. Each of these extensions have detailed documentations following them. You could quickly peruse over these to get the duties performed by each of these extensions. After the extensions are installed, we suppose we are good to go. We could try and check whether our Python code can run on our given setup so far. For that, we create a new file to output the classic Hello World line. We save and run the code. The desktop will be an alright location. And we get another prompt. Visual Studio Code could not find an interpreter for the Python language. An interpreter serves to convert the human-readable code to computer-readable code or machine code. So we head over online and download Python 3.10, which happens to be the latest as of now from the official Python page. We can install the exe file by tapping once on the exe file name. While installing Python, make sure to check the Add Python to Path checkbox so as to be able to run Python code from the command line. And the installation was successful. Back at Visual Studio Code, we tap on the Select Python Interpreter button and reload the window as instructed. We can then run the code without debugging, as we are pretty sure our code does not have any errors. But we get an error. It is quite common upon the first installation. On the second go, it catches on and we have our classic output, hello world.